Hey guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. We've got a new bracelet tutorial for you today. It's a modified version of the Sanctified weave. The idea for this bracelet came to us from Paracord Survival Mexico. We'll link to his Instagram account down in the description. Let's get started. For this bracelet, you need about 7 or 8 feet of 2 different colors of paracord. So I've got more than enough here. I'm going to cut them down to 10 feet apiece. That's the length that we sell it in. And then you'll need a 1/2 inch buckle. A 3/8 buckle would work as well. I'm going to use a jig. It's not necessary, but it's going to make this bracelet a lot easier. Alright, so to get our jig set up here, line up both ends of one of your colors of paracord. It doesn't really matter which one. I'm going to go with goldenrod here. And at the bottom end here, I'm going to feed my cord down through the top of the buckle and just put a cow hitch or lark's head knot in the cord. And then on the other end, I'm just going to put both ends down through the top, setting this up just like we would with a cobra bracelet. With our second color paracord, we're just going to feed it through the top and bottom of our cord. So turning the jig sideways here, it's going underneath that top layer and over the bottom layer. And pull that through until both sides of that cord are even as well. And you can just lay that out to the sides until we need that cord. So make sure to set your bracelet to the proper length. My wrist is 7 inches, and so I'm setting my jig to 8 inches. The lengths on this, I don't usually trust, so I usually grab a ruler and measure from where the buckles connect, so where the green meets the black there, and then same on the top. So I'm setting mine to a full 8 inches to make for my 7-inch wrist. Alright, so to start off, once we get that red cord in between the layers, we're going to pull our goldenrod cords tight so that we don't make our bracelet too big, and then cross them over each other across the top. So I'm doing left over right, and whatever you do, you just want to keep on doing it the same way each time so that your pattern is consistent. Then we're going to split apart your 2 center strands. And with our red cord, we're going to be tying 1/2 hitches onto our goldenrod cord. So I'll do that over my right 2 goldenrod cords and go down through the middle and bring the red cord up through that loop. So that's what that'll look like. And you can kind of tighten that down loosely until we get the other side tied. Same thing on that side. Down through the middle and up through the loop. Make sure to keep your 2 goldenrod cords tight. Now go ahead and tighten down those red cords fully, and that should hold our goldenrod cords in place. Just kind of push them up one by one. All right, so that's one instance of our weave. Now we're going to switch colors. So with our goldenrod, we had crossed left over right, so we're going to do the same thing now with our red cord. So cross them over the top, make sure that left cord is on top. When that cinches down, it's just going to sit right underneath our previous knot each time. So now, our red cord that we just crossed over, we're going to line it up alongside our center goldenrod cords and do 1/2 hitches with our outside goldenrod. So down through the middle, up through the loop, and same with the left side. Just kind of a freeze frame of what that looks like. And then tighten down those 1/2 hitches first, and then kind of cinch down those center red cords. It is possible to over-tighten when making this bracelet, so just kind of watch for that and make sure you're tightening each knot by the same amount. But keep in mind too that your last knot, so my crossed red cords here don't look quite right yet until we get our goldenrod cords crossed over the top. And then you'll start to see that pattern come out. So we'll keep on making these knots and kind of show you what it looks like halfway through. All right, so we're about halfway done. See that nice chevron pattern starting? We'll keep on doing it until we get down to the bottom. As we get to the end, it's going to be harder and harder to get our cord through the middle as our space gets smaller. And so to solve that, you can either use a fid or kind of slide your weave back as you're going to create more space, and then once you're done, kind of slide it back down. And just to finish it off nice, I am going to go ahead and use a fid. And these red cords that are left on the top, I'm just going to tuck them underneath the bracelet. So thread my fid on. I'm just going to bring it right down through that last gap. Oops. Then I'll do the same thing with that left side cord. I'll just cross it over so that it looks the same as the earlier pattern. Like that. And then I can kind of spread out the weave so that it tightens up the end a little bit. At this point I'll take it off the jig. We don't need that anymore. And with all of our ends on the bottom, we'll clip those and melt them against the bracelet. All right, now we've got the nice and polished end on the top. And let's try it on for size. So there's our finished bracelet. I really like this one. It looks good with contrasting colors like this. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like. We'll put a link in the description for where you can buy paracord and paracord hardware such as buckles. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.